Hello, ladies and germs. This is Mission Incredible, and we're about ready to start a Killing Floor Twisted Christmas event. It's New Year's Day. I am in the Mission Incredible group. I'm the owner. I've got several very talented individuals in that also assist. Mark V39, also in the Steam group of the Mission Incredible. There's many very, very talented people that have broken many world records in MW3 in the group, and instead of missing anybody, I won't mention many names, but several of us are moving over to the Killing Floor, and this game is based on the Unreal engine. Anybody that knows about Unreal Tournament, it's basically the same thing. It's got the feel and play like a zombie game, but it's also almost based on something like Quake or Doom. Some of the things I want to point out real quick is, one of the first things I want to do is tell you about the profiles and achievements. Profiles and achievements is what you want to start with, character-wise, at the beginning of the game. Now, as you can see here, there are different levels, or different character types, in this game. And it's very important for you to try to choose one that you think you're going to master and get up as fast as you can. But each one of these has different capabilities or different things it can do. You're going to start your character out at 0 on every one of these levels. So you're going to have a field medic. He's going to have certain perk effects up there in the top right hand corner. It will tell you what his capabilities are and his limitations are. He's also going to be able to tell you, it's going to give you next level requirements down here. Next level requirements means you're going to have to do something in order to level up. Your progress bar will tell you how well you're doing, plus this progress bar will tell you how close you are to the end to be able to go up. The highest level you can get is level 6. So we have a field medic, pretty explanatory. He's there to heal everybody in the party. He also later on will spawn in with body armor and also a medic style gun that he can use. Very handy for the people that like to heal other people and are there just mainly to be support, health support. The specialist, the support specialist, is well-rounded man or woman, and they will be very helpful in killing the larger enemies. The larger the enemy you see, the more dangerous that enemy is, and that support specialist can get some shotguns that are truly amazing. It's not necessarily the best choice if you're going up against only a couple people in the group. So it is a decent player. It can go very far, but it may have limitations because it doesn't have quick loading guns. The sharpshooter is probably one of the hardest ones to level up because you need an insane amount of headshots in order to go up. Here I am, I'm on level 3 only of this, and I try to play this as often as I can. And unfortunately, as you can see, I've only got 1,936 headshots out of 2,500 just to get to level 4. I can imagine that's probably going to double, and I'm going to need another 2,500 to go from 2,500 to 5,000 headshots probably to get up to level, from level 4 to level 5. That's a lot of headshots, and under stress when the enemies are rushing, it's very hard to get a headshot. You try your best to try to get a headshot. You save a lot of ammo on any one of these characters if you do headshots. But it is very stressful at times to try to just do that. If they get too close, you're going to have problems. Alright, the commando is the overall, army style guy that runs around, and he's the guy that will actually, have larger weapons and do a lot more damage. Not necessarily the best perk to have, only because all he's going to be able to do is shoot like the AK-47, the Scar, and a couple of other weapons. He's there for support as well. He's there as maybe a backup, or if you have a couple commandos in the room, that's the killing machine there. But one by himself is going to be very tough. The larger enemies will take 1 to 2 clips of ammo to kill with his guns, and it's going to be very tough to have just one commando in a group to be able to rely on him to kill everything. He's there for side support as well. He's there to help knock down as many as he can. The Berserker sounds just like what it is. It's a Berserker that has to go in and kill enemies with melee weapons, as it says here. You know, you kill a lot of enemies with knives, slowly, very slowly with knives. You can get katanas, you can get claymore swords. I think you can even get a chainsaw in here. And the Berserker just goes berserk, pretty much. Typically, the Berserker is in the front of the pack, and he's up there, and he's just whacking everybody. He's killing everybody, and that's good, because everybody else is saving ammo for the later waves. And so the Berserker is a very good person to have that's willing to stand up front. If he has a couple medics in the background, or a couple people that are willing to walk up to him in the middle of a fight, stand behind him, and then, you know, any one of these people can use their healer on him. It's a little needle gun that you stick into the person, and it'll heal him or her. And the Berserker is actually decent if there's not a lot of ammo. There's a lot of monsters, but there's not a lot of ammo hidden in places for you to be able to pick up and use. Ammo goes quick in this, so a Berserker is very, very, very good to have. The Firebug is just what it is. The Firebug uses any type of fire style weapons, anything from a flamethrower to a shotgun that embeds. When you shoot the shotgun into somebody, it makes the people go on fire. So there's all kinds of guns and stuff that the Firebug will bring. And typically, a good group will have at least one Firebug with a flamethrower. So, like Mark V39 says, the Firebug will sit there and get rid of all the trash, because you don't have to open up your flamethrower for very long, very short bursts to put all the enemies on fire, and they'll eventually die. They're taking damage while they're on fire, while everybody else can save their ammo and pretty much try to get to at least wave 10. You know, because some of the games have up to 10 waves. So the Firebug is very good for getting rid of the low-level enemies, and everybody else is saving their money as much as they can and their ammo for the bigger waves. The Demolition guy, just like you know, demolitions, it's all about explosions. This guy has got a lot of variety, but you need to get a lot of points and a lot of damage in order to get as far as you can. You have to pick one of these at the beginning of the game. What I recommend is do what I did. Basically, before you go into any game or anything, choose your profile, and then, you know, choose whichever one you want to try out first. A lot of people try out the Sharpshooter. The first 2 levels or 3 levels of the Sharpshooter is pretty quick. Then after that, it gets really crazy in the amount of headshots that you need. If you have a good group of people with you, that is a good achievement to try, or a good perk to try to get as many achievements as you can. Talking about achievements, there's a lot of achievements in here. As you can see, I'm scrolling straight down through this, and there is a lot of achievements. You know, they have Halloween achievements, they have Christmas achievements, and without further ado, I mean, there's 252 achievements. That's a lot of achievements. There's a lot of different maps in here, which I'm going to go ahead and show you here in a second. But yeah, it's definitely a game that has a lot of variety. These things are going to take you a long time, especially the Sharpshooter and especially the Commando are going to take you a long time to get up. It's not an easy game. If you like games that last long, this is one of the games to get. Killing Floor, it will last you a long time. I am up near 80 hours. 80 hours. 80 hours of play on this, and look where I'm at. It is not easy. You can play this game on different levels and get farther, but you know, it's tough to go higher because you get less money as you go higher. Alright, so if you can play this via multiplayer, you can go out and search for servers. We can have somebody host a game. I typically will host a server so 5 other people and myself can get into a game. You can play this solo. If you play this solo, all you really have to do is you got 2 different modes. You got a Killing Floor mode, which is just go and kill all the zombies, or you have an objective mode. The objective mode is you have a certain objective to get to, but there's also going to be, you got to do that objective, but there's going to be zombies in your way, and you have to get to that objective as fast as you can. And you know, do your own goals, get the things you get, rewards and stuff like that. So the objective mode is a good way to play as well. But when you're into the Killing Floor, you can go in and choose a particular map by just double clicking on this map. I mean, there is a ton of them. Some are Steam Workshop maps, others are not. These are typically out of the bundle, and there's a lot more. You get to select your difficulty level, beginner, normal or hard, suicidal or hell on earth. So along with, let's say, 25 maps in the Killing Floor bundle, you have 5 different levels of play. So you typically, to get the achievements, you have to go in and do normal, hard, suicidal, or hell on earth. So let's say you play this map here. Let's call it Forgotten. This Forgotten map that's over here. You have to play that on normal to get achievement. Hard to play get an achievement. Play it on suicidal to get an achievement, and then play it again on hell on earth to get another achievement. So that's right there. One map is going to give you 4 achievements plus whatever else you're going to get at the end, or that's hidden in the game itself. So you get 25 maps, 30 maps times 4 levels of play that you can get achievements. That's a lot of achievements in maps alone. Then all you have to do is make sure your settings are good. In here in settings, there are a lot of different settings that you need to set up for yourself. You got display, you have your audio and display values, whichever you want to do, but the controls are very, very important. You got to make sure you set up your controls, especially your quick self-heal. You got to pay attention to that key. You can set it to whatever you want to set it to. That is very, very important. And always make sure that you have, never change your open game menu. Leave it to escape, because that's how you get in and out of the game. If you change that, you're going to have a very, very hard time to be able to modify your game. So make sure you try not to change that open game menu. Leave it alone at escape. Forward and back, all your movement stuff is in here. All your weapons types are in here. One of the things you can do in the game is you can hit your 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 key, and that will allow you to change between your weapons. Sometimes some weapons will be on top of another, so you can double tap your 1 key, and you might change from a knife to a machete. Or if you double tap your 2 key, you might change, if you have them, from 9mm to hand cannons. If you have 2 sets of guns in your inventory. One other thing about inventory, it is weight-based inventory. Weight-based inventory means that you, as a starting character, will, in your profile, there are certain weight limits. The lower specialists may not be able to carry but 15 units of weight, which may mean he only able to carry, or she may be only able to carry 1 shotgun and maybe a couple pistols, and that's it. Now, whereas a level 6 support specialist should be able to carry 24 units of weight, which is a lot. You can carry, as a support specialist 6 level, you can carry 2 shotguns, and you can carry at least 1 or maybe 2 handguns. That is a lot of ammo. There's different levels, and each weapon costs a lot of money, and it's up to you to save a lot of money. But ammo and armor every round is important. When you start the game, when you start the Killing Floor game, it's very, very important to not let them get up close to you. Back up if you can. Try to find a nice spot where you don't get surrounded. There's always a way out. Whether that's out in the open, whatever you like to do. I like to find a long corner, or a long hallway that only has 2 doors. One on the left-hand side and one on the right-hand side of me, so I can look left, shoot the monsters, look right, shoot the monsters, and not let them get too close. You also have grenades in here, and you got to set your keys in that control panel again. Make sure you have all your control panel stuff set in settings, because whatever's in here, you need to make sure you know what to do. I typically, M is for money. Drop cash means drop your money for other players. You can set a lot of things. There's a lot of different things, like throw grenades. Quick flashlight is always on your pistol, and self-heal. These things down here are important as well. You can set a lot of different things. If you have a microphone, you can also set it to where you want to talk. Particularly, I set mine for T, so it's easy to remember. All you got to do is press down and hold. You have to press down and hold. It's not toggle. You have to press down and hold that key in order to talk. If you go into Steam, you can have a couple people come in and try to talk in Steam, but the other players in the game are not going to be able to hear you. In the Killing Floor game, are not going to be able to hear you unless you're in some type of party chat, like this game or any other type of Ventrilo or any other type of voice communication software. This one doesn't seem to be too bad, the voice in here. Like I said, you just have to press that key down, hold it down in order to talk. Very, very good. It's very, very, very good. I like it a lot. This game will last me a long, long time. It's very good. There's a lot of action in this game. There's a lot of enemies. As you go higher in the game, level-wise, it gets a little bit more difficult, and there's going to be a little bit more monsters that come at you. Now, depending on the level that you choose, if you choose the beginner level, there's not going to be that many enemies that are going to come to you, and there's going to be a lot of money you can get for those enemies. If you go to normal, let's say on the beginner level or the easy level, it's called beginner, you start a game with 5 players, you might only get 100 easy monsters, and everybody's going to be rich at the end of that. Everybody should have $2,500 to $4,000 on the first wave. That's on beginner, which is the easy wave. If you go to normal, everybody is going to end up getting, there'll be a total of about 150 to 200 enemies on that map, but the money is going to be a lot less. Everybody will be lucky to get out of there with $500. So there's a big difference, and it gets a little bit tighter on money, and the enemies get a little bit more stronger, and there could be a lot more monsters as you go. So when you go from normal to hard, then to suicidal, then to hell on earth, yeah, it's definitely going to get very, very chaotic, and those enemies are going to come a lot, and they're going to come faster, and they're going to be stronger, and the big ones like this one on the screen are going to be tough. Especially this guy. The Fleshpounder is also one of the ones that are the worst ones to get. Like I said, the taller and meaner they're looking, yeah, they can kill you with the one swoop of their hand, and that's all it takes. Hopefully that pretty much gives you an idea. Like I said, the most important things to remember are, make sure you got your quick heal button set. Make sure you know how to swap between weapons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have multiple weapons, you have to double tap that particular weapon. You can pick up items on the ground, but you're weight limited. You can always pick up ammo anytime you're empty, or low on ammo. The ammo crates you just pick up and they're yours. They'll flash green. These ammo crates will end up disappearing at the end. That's basically about it. If you have a favorite, you can also come in here and you can look for internet games. If you can have favorite IPs or favorite servers that you like, you can go ahead in here, and all you basically have to do is that would be right click, and you can open IP. If you cannot for some reason join your friends, it says it's not available or not responding, try coming in here, which is, like I said, all you got to do is hit multiplayer and then right click here, and then you can go ahead and open an IP, type your friend's is in a game that has an IP. You'll see a little gray box that will show up. Like, I don't know, let's try this and see if it shows up. Let's type in an IP address. It usually will come up with a little window saying, hey, we're trying to connect to this server, and it's probably going to fail and say it's not responding. When it says it's not responding, a little gray box will pop up. It'll show the IP address in there that your friend is on, like this one here. You can write that IP address down, and then all you got to do is just basically come back into here and then put that IP in. So you can say, I want to open this IP address, and you can put that IP address back in there. And that IP address, then you can try connecting to your friend in that server if it's got an open slot. There's all kinds of things. You can find friends on different servers. So if you friend somebody that's playing Killing Floor and they're on a particular server, you can go ahead and try to join them there. You'll see them in the list that they're on. And also internet games, there are a ton usually. Come on, show me the servers. You get to choose the servers down at the very bottom down here, which servers you want. Anti-Valve cheat You know, you can do normal difficulties or whatever you want to choose. No password servers. That'll filter the list for you a little bit. So you get to see these, and if you just want to try it out, you can go ahead and just double click on one of these and go in. It shows you the map that they're running. It shows you how many players are running, and it actually shows you the wave. Some people will join games only to see, you know, they're out 5 out of 7 waves. Oh, cool, man, I can get that achievement. Let me go ahead and get in here, and I'll get in for the next wave. It'll be 6 out of 7. I'll start, I'll sit in the back, let everybody else kill, and I'll get that achievement. Yeah, that's kind of a cheesy way. That's cool, you get the achievement, but you're not going to get a lot of damage points, or you're not going to get a lot of experience points for your character. So that's basically about it. I mean, you, like I said, playing solo, you just got to pick a map, then pick its select the map, select the difficulty that you want to try. I suggest if you get Killing Floor at first, just to get this, to get your controls set. 15 to 20 enemies at the first couple waves, and always the last wave. The short wave is 4. We'll have the boss wave. The long wave is 10, and that will show you the boss wave on wave of 10 or 11. So this is a very good game to get, you know, back into the Quake Doom style activity. And there's like I said, there's a ton of maps to play, and I think you'll truly enjoy this game. So feel free, if you are looking for a group that wants to try to get the Killing Floor started in groups of people, you can come over to the Mission Incredible group, and we'll host the server. Or I will personally, Mission Incredible myself, will host the server as often as I can. It's typically on the East Coast, United States time, usually in the afternoon, the late afternoon, sometimes from about 6 p.m. all the way up to about 11 p.m. You probably can see my server up and down a lot. And, you know, if you feel you like to play the Killing Floor and you're looking for experienced people like Mark V39 and myself, you can go ahead and friend us and come on into the group, and we'll go ahead and we'll take the people in and try to get them to go up as high as you can and try to get as many experience points as you can, and take it from there. Without further ado, I am going to go ahead and close this video out and post it up on YouTube. So again, if you want to join the Mission Incredible group, the Steam group Mission Incredible, come on in and help us play the Killing Floor.